put on for artists through the digital, And so the first artist that we ever worked with was like Travis Scott, Birds in the Trap, that website with the head. That was us. We built that out.
Let's get it.
Yes, man. VLive, man. VLive, man. My dog. It's the Museum TV on the go once again, man. This time we are in LA, man. It's actually our first time doing interviews out here. It's actually our first interview in LA. You know what I'm saying? Very fitting, actually, bro. Right, been 5 years since I've actually personally been here, so it feels good to be back.
Welcome.
You know what I'm saying? Good looks, bro, man. I appreciate the Eastern hospitality on the
west side.
You know what I'm saying?
You hear me? I like that you put it that way too. That it's Eastern hospitality on the west side.
Yes, sir.
Never forget it. You hear me?
Yes, sir, dog. Yes, sir, my dog. As y'all know, we are Boston's premier vlog exhibiting the culture stories, and right now I am with my dog, Boston native and culture pusher, VLive, one of them guys that wears many hats. V, my bro, how you, my dog, man? Let the people know how you, man.
Man,
for real.
I'm good.
For
What's
real,
up?
man.
What's up?
Appreciate your story, bro. For real.
I mean, my story isn't my story without people like you.
Respectfully.
And I think we'll get into that. But yes, I'm VLive. Some of you might know me as Vlad. You definitely know me as Vlad from the high school days of Latin Academy.
Or 17.5.
Yeah, shout out to Latin Academy, man. You know what I'm saying? Right in the trenches. I think it was always funny that we went to a school that was one of the best schools educationally, but one of the worst blocks.
Yeah, facts. It was like, yo, we're just gonna throw them to the wolves and see how they do,
bro.
You know
but I will say this: we was getting the best.
Yes,
of both worlds.
No funny shit.
So book smarts.
That's why I felt
street smarts.
We were so bred, so crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, no funny shit. A lot of people that are helping push things forward. You know what I'm saying? For creators in Boston,
right?
No funny shit. Latin Academy, you know what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's all of them. You know
of course.
But it's a lot of us. No funny shit. You know what I'm saying? But no lie, this is really a monumental moment for Latin Academy, has in Boston in general, bro. No lie, I feel with this interview. Real full circle shit, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
But we gonna start things off first off by saying congratulations on baby boy. You know what I'm saying, man? Real soon my dog finna be, you know what I'm saying, one of them examples to look for. How you feeling about that, man? Like overall, bro. I know this is big for you.
Yeah, I mean it's big for us. One as black men who come from the city that we come from, because that story is hard to tell. Even if you are alive, you know what I'm saying, you might have a child, but a lot of times it's in the struggle. You know, and for 100%. Me. I think that I'm blessed to be able to have a kid in a time where I'm at I'm not gonna say my apex, but I'm definitely at a place where I'm suitable and comfortable to have a child.
100% respect.
But I'm excited, man. I got a young king on the way, little boy.
Yeah, dog, that's so crazy, bro. No funny shit. Lil Vlad's about to be funny as hell, bro. Just thinking about you, you know, while we was growing up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was telling T, you always had like a larger than life character, bro. Your character always filled up a room. You know what I'm saying?
That.
I think that's what always even, gravitated us as older homies towards you. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Right.
I think that was definitely a huge part of it. But getting away from all the sentimental shit, it's my dog right here, man, for real. But look, we've definitely watched you grow professionally, and now we get to witness you grow within the family life, bro. But I always like to start things off with with some background. We mentioned you wearing many hats. Can you actually give us a rundown of things that you have done and things that you're currently doing?
Yeah, I mean, for everybody in the city who doesn't know me, I was born, Boston Medical Center in Roxbury.
Yep.
Grew up a little bit in Dorchester area.
When it was Boston City Hospital.
Yeah. At that time.
Talk that.
I grew up in Grove Hall area, not too far from like Castlegate Road, that area. And then I did the school thing. Obviously, went to school in West Roxbury Elementary. Went to the Timothy for a year. Shout out to everybody that went to the Tim.
Yeah, shout out to Tim.
Then I ended up taking the ISEE and got into Latin Academy one time for LA. And I did that 7 to 12. And then I ended up getting a full scholarship to Northeast University, which was like...
Oh man, yo, go ahead, bro.
You know,
My bad.
so and that was like a crazy concept, you know, that happened like that.
Nah,
You
100%,
know,
man.
but God
Because he was a wild boy. Because he was a
wild
wild
boy,
boy.
wild boy. I try to tell
You know
people.
what
I
I'm
be
saying?
telling people when I in the space, I'm like, man, I
Yeah.
know I seem real, you know, chill and cool, but I was hostile at
Yeah,
times.
no,
You know what I'm
100%.
saying?
It was a good, and honestly, and once again for us being the older homies, it was good to see you beat those odds, bro. Because everybody, I don't want to say everybody in that school, but there was definitely, you know, a few heads that wanted to see you, you know, definitely not make the strides that
Of
you made. You
course,
know what
of
I'm
course,
saying?
of course.
But damn,
But
man.
yeah,
But nah,
nah.
keep going. I'm sorry.
I just definitely wanted to get the Boston part out because I think it's essential, even as I move into spaces that I do in LA, around the world, that people know I'm from Boston. You know what I'm saying? Most notably, you know, I grew up in the Dorchester, but Roxbury really raised me. You know what I'm saying?
Talk that
But I
talk.
moved from Dorchester, went to Roxbury. You know, and I was that kid that, you know, was trying to figure out my space, bro. Boston has a level of creating people of duality. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because we come from a city that, you know, as black people, they don't really trend to us in terms of the people who get the better side of things in the city. You know what I'm saying? So we got to really fight to strive to be who we are ourselves as black people in the city.
Respect.
And so that's important for me. But yeah, so then I ended up, you know, I actually wanted to be a sports broadcaster. I don't know if people really know that, but I went to school of communication, concentration, media studies, and somehow I slid over to the music. You know what I'm saying? And really how I got there was at the time I was in the group Chef Boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out Gio. Shout out
Gio, which was Big D at the time, and my boy Frank Wright, Frizz.
Yep.
You know, welcome home, baby. I know you just got back. You know what I'm saying? Welcome
Bless
home.
up. Bless up.
And really, you know, D had told me, you know, yo, I need some help on the marketing front. I said, yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And so when I did, I was like, wow, this is dope. But really, he told me one time, like, yo, I think you should write. You know, and at the time I had grew up, was going to church at Jubilee, you know what I'm saying, down in Mattapan. I had great melody. Shout out to April, who was like the wizard of melody at the time. And I wrote in my college dorm room. And the first time I ever did that, I was like, yo, I need to keep doing this, you know? And so once I got there, music kind of just became more of a passion for me. You know, even though I liked it, I started to love it. And I think that's why I would always encourage people is to make sure that you love it and not just like it, you know?
respect.
Because a lot of people will be like, yo, I'll do this in music because it looks glamorous. It looks like who wouldn't want to, you know? But I really don't want anybody to pursue anything that they're not superly passionate about.
100%, bro. It got to go with your flow of life.
100%.
It got to go with your flow of life.
Your purpose,
it's
bro.
going to be hard to keep doing it. Them days that you don't want to do it, you feel me?
Right,
Nah, 100%.
right.
Keep going, though, bro.
Yeah, and then you know, that kind of led to us as a group, like, you know, becoming like one of the biggest things in the city at the time.
Definitely was.
We had the
Definitely
record,
was.
Talk of the Town.
Yeah, Talk of the Town. Y'all was in the hotel room, right?
Nah, that was actually my college dorm room.
That was the dorm?
That was an apartment.
I remember you had the bucket hat on, the Burberry bucket hat
on the top of my head. The Polo Ralph Lauren on my body.
Yeah, I remember the video.
But you know, it's funny, the idea that we got really, and this is kind of the start of us, or you know, when you think about, yo, how can I mimic something that worked, right?
Yeah.
And so the first time was we looked at Chief Keef and them when they did that video inside of their crib, you know, inside of the spot. It was like, yo, we never really saw this. All these black dudes in one space, you know, really, you know, it might look savage to some people, but really was like, that's a different view. You know what I mean? Like, as young black men seeing all these dudes just working towards something, chilling, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's kind of where that idea came from. Shout out to Kerwin Henry. He had shot that. He does a lot of great visual stuff.
Shout out to Kerwin, bro.
Yeah,
he's a beast.
He's doing his thing, bro. He's doing his thing. But yeah, that led to, you know, just us kind of being, you know, the face of the city at one time. You know, D was doing his thing, and so yeah, I kind of just started from there in terms of the city. And then, you know, so at that time, I'm helping D on the music end, and that was like, which I didn't know was like A&R work, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like an A&R is assisting with the music, how it's supposed to be put on an album, you know, how you decide what producers to work with, you know what I'm saying? And so I was doing a mini version of that, you know, at that time. So that was one thing that I was doing, was the A&R thing. And then obviously on the marketing front, like, I think I told you in a conversation before, I was one of the first people to mention people on Twitter with the music, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah, 100%. Yep,
That was
yep,
annoying.
yep.
That's annoying now,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
But back then,
but it was fresh back then.
it was fresh.
You know what I'm saying? Twitter was just getting rocking. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? People didn't really know. It wasn't used as a tool widespread in terms of marketing music at the time.
Right.
Yep.
And so yeah, I kind of picked up a Twitter for Dummy book, read that.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm gonna be real. Like, what you're doing with Twitter is what's happening with TikTok right now.
Right.
The way everybody's using TikTok to kind of push their music. There will be a point in time where it's annoying as shit, and it's like, damn, all right, another one, another challenge.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Similar situation. No, but definitely go ahead, bro.
Yeah, and then that I kind of put on a marketer hat at that point. So, you know, I was doing the A&R thing, which is one of the things I do now currently, right? And this is kind of where I just kind of want people to understand where the Boston version of it turned into what I'm doing now. So the A&R came through that side with the Chef Boys. Then marketing-wise, you know, figuring out how do we get the music out to the people, Twitter, whether, you know, guerrilla marketing, being in the streets, doing certain things. And then now kind of to what I'm doing is digital, you know, and that kind of was a blend of all that I was doing and then what I learned while I was in the music space, you know, around the scene, is understanding that digital is the next forefront. Even when I studied concentration in media studies, I was a digital media intern for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, in New York at AMC Network. And I started to see, yo, this digital stuff is really going to be the next wave. I remember Vine wasn't a thing, but in my office, all the people that was working there were like, hey, like, are you guys on Vine? I'm like, what's Vine?
Yeah,
you
crazy. Wow. So you had a chance to see the trends before they became trends. Wow.
Because I was in a corporate space. You know what I'm saying? And not that I loved the corporate space.
Yeah.
The corporate space at the end of the day is sometimes, at that time, was above the trend in terms of technology. So my career basically brought me to what I am now, which is I do a little bit of A&R work. I am also, though, a digital marketer. And, you know, I help people, artists, creators kind of push those products on their platforms in certain respects.
Respect. Now, you know, if you could, like, let's just say those first few days that I, you know, this is what I want to do. Can you bring us to those days where it was just like, yo, it's young V, not knowing nothing about nothing. Like, how am I about to, like, bring us to your mindset, bro, in terms of there, like what were you initially trying to do, and what moment was kind of like a breakthrough moment for you that was kind of like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how to do this.
You know, one of the things I think that I always try to do is I try to make sure that I'm uncomfortable.
Okay.
Because when you're uncomfortable, that's when change happens. A lot of the times, being from where we're from, we are comfortable in the space that we're in.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
100%.
Being from Boston, we're like, well, I did it in the Bean. That's good enough. That don't really suffice.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to do it in the Bean, do it for the Bean, and then do it all over the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where my mindset is. So essentially, I remember getting the opportunity. It was like, you know, at Northeastern, you could be on co-op, which is like you go work instead of being in school. So a lot of people stayed in Boston to be on co-op. But myself, I said, you know what? I'm going to go to New York. So I ended up going to New York. I lived in the Lower East Side, and I got a job at AMC Network. And from there, it was like, yeah, I was at AMC, but really I was trying to understand the landscape for many things. So one of the jobs that I actually ended up getting, and shout out to my man Kobe, who was working at AMC at the time, he put me on with people at BET.
Wow.
And so while I was at BET, I did PR assistance, and the first thing I ever did PR assistance for was Rip the Runway. So I'm at Rip the Runway.
Hit the wallpaper, man. We definitely want people to know about the Integral Studio. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? While I'm at Rip the Runway, I'm like, yo, like, this is crazy. And this is when I knew TV was real and not real at the same time. When I came in, they was like, we're going to shoot the ending scene. But we had just started.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, why are we doing that? And then that's when somebody was like, cuz the most people are here right now. So you want to make sure that you're saying the ending scene at the beginning while there's the most populated people in the space.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so moments like that were like, oh, it's a system in place.
Yeah.
Whether you realize it or not.
Trying to keep the mic up, bro.
It's a system in place, whether you realize it or not. And so those were kind of, that was like my first eureka moment, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, how do you do these things? And so I did so well at that as a PR assistant at that time, this woman Keisha Wallace had hit me and she was like, yo, I loved what you did. Come to the BET Awards. That was in LA. So I'm like, dang, I want to do that. But before I get there, I end up connecting with Eddie Moneybags. So Moneybags is really the person who's from Boston who really, put me on in terms of understanding the game. He's like a mentor for me. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
So his father's Eddie Q, Boston legend, who started one of the first urban nights, was the first urban night in the city. And so, he was doing like the DJ pool, which is like going to certain artists, getting the records and coming back. They was like the first to do that. So Money was like young, going to 50's crib, getting the new 50 records so they could break it in the club.
I've heard of Moneybag.
Yeah, he a legend, like, was definitely like under the radar, you know what I'm saying? Did his moves like low, but
he like helps with artist development in a sense, right? Trying to help artists
now he's doing more he worked a lot with producers and songwriters.
Got you.
So now he's actually based out in Sweden. So he works with a lot of Swedish songwriters, producers. He's killing the game. He works with Taylor Parks, who writes for like Ariana Grande, etc. So, but he taught me a lot in the music space. We was going when I was at AMC in New York, and the first artist I was really working with from that perspective was Sebastian Michaels. Shout out Sebastian, I love you, brother. I'll never forget. Sebastian told me one time in Dallas, he was like, "Bro, you are gonna be bigger than you realize. You like a what do you say? Like a LA Reid. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're gonna songwrite, you're gonna be in the rooms, you're gonna executively do things. I'll never forget that. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of my first artists. I love that man to death.
Respect. Shout out Sebastian Michael, man.
Yeah, man. And then so I was on the road with Sebastian. It was the first time that I road managed, and he had a record with Wale called Last Night. That was on the top 10 on radio, urban radio.
I remember that joint.
Yeah, and then that was kind of like blowing up the water. So I remember me and Bags threw a show in Worcester, and it was Kid Ink. And Kid Ink came, and that was the fall. That spring, Kid Ink dropped that record with Chris Brown. He's out of here. Right? So he's out of here,
crazy.
But Sebastian's on the road. He's got a record that's going crazy. So now I'm like, oh, this is fire. I get to be on the road with an artist that has a record that's actually doing well. And who's one of the first people I see on the road? I see Kid Ink. So we're doing shows together. He's like, yo, V, what up? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is crazy. Yeah. And so, again, another one of those moments where Eureka is happening, or more so my purpose is aligning. You feel what I'm saying? And them doors was opening, because as much as I thought I would be in the sports space, the doors in music were opening.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah. And it's crazy, and it all stemmed from, just to kind of bring it back, like, it all stems from you deliberately putting yourself in an uncomfortable position. You know what I'm saying? To make something shake and see different opportunities that a majority of people are going to see from being in just those comfortable spaces.
Exactly.
Respect, bro. Respect.
Like, if I'm not in New York, I don't do
AMC.
Rip the Runway or AMC. Then I'm not in the same position to leverage things for Sebastian while I'm in the city. Like, I mean, me and Seb would come to my apartment. He would crash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like there was these building blocks that were happening only because I took that leap of faith. Being in Boston wasn't going to allow me to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Respect, bro. Respect. So, all right. Thank you for that. No lie. Like, I think for a lot of people back home that they might see you, you know what I'm saying, who they might see, and they're like, yo, how's this nigga doing? Like, this nigga, how's it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? They're probably in the back of their head, and I'm sure you probably just, oh, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people was probably just like, oh.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, like, all right, so one person that we know definitely was integral to just movement forward with your professional career was working with Metro Boomin. And this was when Metro was absolutely killing everything. Like, everything was on fire. Like, everything was, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, how did you end up meeting up with Metro, bro? And, like, how did that relationship kind of, like, grow? And how did that honestly change things for you, bro? You know what I'm saying? It definitely seemed like a very, again, another moment to, obviously do right by the moment, but be able to leverage, you know what I'm saying, from those opportunities?
Yeah, I mean the Metro story is crazy. I really, it's really divine. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I think it was already written. I think God already had this purposed out. Because again, I'm a little dude from Roxbury. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not in any position to have been with him. I'm not from St. Louis. I didn't grow up in the A. You know what I mean? But really, after I graduated from college, the first thing that I did is I went on tour. So I actually went on tour with Dylan Cooper, who went to Berklee School of Music. Shout out to my man Dylan. He thought about me and said, "Yo, V, I'd love for you to come on the road with me, be my tour manager, and help me out with everything, and basically drive as well." So it was with Wu-Tang. We went on a tour with Raekwon the Chef and Ghostface Killer.
That's crazy.
That was
fire.
Wild experience.
Yeah, got it.
But drove across 36 city tour, I believe. Started in like New York, ended up in LA, you know. And so my last show was in LA at the Belasco Theater downtown. And at the time, the place where I was crashing was my man Chuka, who we'll talk about, you know, later on, but my partner now in my company. So I'm on the couch and I'm like, I get a text, and the text says, "Do you want a tour drive for Metro Boomin?" I'm like, I must be knocked. So I just go back to sleep because this ain't real. And then I look and I actually got a text, and the text was actually from Tim LaRue, and he was had a relationship with Metro's management at the time, and essentially, you know, I got on the phone with his management and they hired me on the spot. So I fly to Boston. They go grab my passport, and then I come back to Chicago. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Was it Chicago? Yeah, I think I flew to Chicago. Went and picked up the car, which is kind of crazy. I never said this, but I thought it was gonna be a Suburban, right? Like it was 4 people in Metro. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a Suburban. It ain't gonna be like a Wild Whip. Yeah. It ends up being a Sprinter van. Nigga, I'm like, I ain't never drove a Sprinter van a day in my life. But opportunity. So, nigga, you gonna learn today. Is essentially what I said, you know. And I get in the Sprinter van, and you know, Metro, and then pull up. At the time, it was Metro, Cam Kirk, who, you know, shout out my man Cam, doing the great things in Atlanta right now. But Cam Kirk, who was his photographer / road manager, Hezzy, who's our creative director at Boominati, and Jig, who's a producer over in Best Friends with Metro. But yeah, you know, we in this Sprinter van. It's me, Metro, the gang. And I know they're probably looking like, who's this young dude driving? If it's a tour drive, it's probably going to be a 40, 50-year-old dude, right?
1 million.
It's this 25-year-old dreadheaded nigga. You know what I'm saying? 1 million. And so it was opportunity that really got me next to Metro. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't squander that. And that's the crazy thing, is that sometimes that slightest hole or sliver of something might be, you know what I'm saying, where the biggest opportunity lies.
1 million, bro.
And again, what did we talk about from before? That place of being what? Uncomfortable.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what drew me to say yes to that. Because, bro, I could say no, and we not sitting here.
Nah, 1 million.
At least not to this degree.
1 million. Nope, talk that shit. And I mean, yo, bro, like, a lot of things that propelled me forward, bro, came from the most just randomest things, bro. Things that I honestly, if it was another situation, I didn't really want to do this, bro, I would have been saying no to.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? Like just being real with myself.
Man, I remember, you know, it's crazy saying that. I remember when we was in a car. I don't know where we was at. It was dark though. Yeah. I think I might have pulled up on you at your spot.
Yeah.
And we was talking, and he was like, "Yo, V, I'm about to do it." I'm like, "Do bro. What?" He's like, I'm about to start this John, this block, this museum thing. I remember I was outside of your crib near JP area. And I was like, for real? He was like, yeah, bro. Like, the city needs a platform, which is crazy though. And I love you so much, bro. Like, respect, bro. First of all, let me help y'all understand something. This man, Nob, is a part of my story, whether y'all know it or not. When I first was going from LA to Boston to LA, like it was water, it was because of him, right? Nob was working at which was Virgin America at the time. And my man put me on a companion pass, bro, that allowed me to travel like water. That means I'm paying taxes or free for the flight.
Yeah, nigga. 1 million.
Thank you.
1 million, bro. 1 million.
You understand that?
It's you know, people, you know, and obviously I didn't you know, I didn't do nothing of what I did, bro, for any accolades and nothing like that, because, you know, it was just out of the love, bro, because I always knew you was somebody always trying to just find your way, bro, and you just needed them people, because, again, I was one of those older homies that was, you know, gravitated towards your energy, bro. Excuse me. But gravitate towards your energy, bro, and it was just like, yo, my man's just trying to do his thing, my nigga. Let's allow him to just do his fucking thing, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So
that was a
respect,
blessing,
bro. You know, and yo, bro, it's just crazy because I love hearing this shit, bro, and then I get to see this. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, thank you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And then I get to see all this, bro. This is what it's about, though. You know, and you know, even the museum is really anchored off of, you know, gestures like that, bro.
Of course.
So thank you, my nigga, for real, bro.
My brother.
No funny shit.
My brother.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right, so, I mean, again, getting away from all the sentimental shit, my nigga, man. Fucking Integral Studios is where we sitting. You know what I'm saying? We cooling. But talk to us. What is it for real? Because it definitely looks like there's more than meets the eye. So,
Right.
You know, definitely let us in on it, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, welcome, you know, to the museum, the city, into which is the Real Life Integral Studio that we built out early or middle of 2020. But Integral Studio started off as, you know, basically an artist services company that says what the title says. It serviced artists, and our goal was to make sure that artists feel like they are receiving the representation for their product in ways that they're supposed to be represented.
Word.
No shade to anybody, but you know, sometimes the labels tend to not have or seem to want to have the best interests for artists.
Unfortunately.
And it doesn't come off that way because, one, sometimes the label's just busy, bro. They got a million artists on the roster. Some artists aren't as priority as the next. And so they kind of get lost in the wind a little bit, you know? And so for us, the idea was like, let's make a company that focused on helping artists through digital, because that's where our strong suits were as a partners of company, right? And so essentially, Chuka Chase, who's my partner, he's from Boston, Winthrop area, grew up there. We actually didn't even meet in Boston.
Crazy.
Yeah, we came to
bro.
LA. I'm gonna actually tell y'all this story, how I met Chuka.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I told you this story.
No, nope, not yet.
So Chuka, I'm at Northeastern, and I'm in this random class with this girl, Claudia. She was so smart. She was like a neuroscience, only black neuroscience engineer, Nigerian.
Shout out.
So we're in the class. She's married. Shout out to you, Claudia, if you ever watch this. But she's like, hey V, like, I know that you're doing all this stuff, because at the time I had a lot of app ideas, and for some reason that was the only person in that boring ass class that I wanted to talk to. And I kind of told her about my app ideas, and she was like, you should connect with my friend, like, he's doing a whole bunch of stuff with like Childish Gambino, blah blah blah. He's making apps for them. And I'm like, oh yeah, like, introduce me sometime, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. And so, you know, fast forward, I end up in LA. I'm working, but you know, Claudia at the time never really introduces me to the kid. And so I go to this cookout, and I'm at the cookout chatting to meet a few people, talking to this one girl, talking to this one guy. You know, I'm talking to this dude. He's like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, like, I've done app stuff, like Childish Gambino and Mac Miller. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Do you know a girl named Claudia?
Crazy.
He's like, yeah. I'm like, Chuka? He's like, yeah.
Crazy.
I'm like, bro, I was supposed to meet you, bro.
That's crazy. Nah, yeah, you've had a lot of like full circle moments, bro. That's a fact. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a full circle shit, nah.
But it's purpose, bro.
Nah, yeah,
it's
wow.
written.
Wow,
you
bro.
know what I'm saying?
Not gonna hold you. Wow.
And so, you know, me and Chuka then became like the best of friends. We start working. I'm on the road. When I'm on the road, we're having calls. That was like, to be honest, when I was on the road, I would talk to Chuka for like 2-3 hours at a time. And we would just plot, you know?
Damn. That's
and
fire.
So, remember, I end up in LA at his couch. Then the Metro thing happens. So I'm on the road and talking to him still. And then one day he goes, yo, V, I got it. I say, you got what? He's like, I know the company we got to start. I'm like, you got the company we got to start? He's like, yeah. So I'm like, what is it? And then he says, yo, I got my other guy coming down from Seattle. At the other time, we had another co-founder who's not here now, but like it's us three now currently. And so he goes, we got to start Integral Studio. It's an artist services company. We help artists digitally work their projects. And so, you know, Chuga is a legend. He worked with Childish Gambino. Gambino found him online, made him his creative director, right? This is someone from Boston.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
There's also something else I want.
These are those stories, yo, bro. These are those stories that literally just like come in and out of our culture, bro. And without platforms, bro, like we have no documentation of these things, bro.
That
Crazy.
way. So
Go
thank
ahead,
you
bro.
again.
Yeah, my dog.
And so you know, Chuga's doing that.
Wow,
then
bro.
he, you know, the late Mac Miller passes, rest in peace. But he made the Good Morning AM app, which was when you woke up, you got a new song from the album every morning as an alarm clock.
Crazy.
Chuga made that.
Crazy.
Right?
Crazy.
So that's the beginning of artist services from his end. And then I'm on the road with the biggest producer in the world, helping him, managing his time day to day, also helping him on the A&R side.
People, we gotta understand with what time V was with Metro Boomin, bro. Metro was eating shit alive, bro. It was really crazy, bro. It was really crazy, bro. And like, you know, honestly, I remember seeing Metro's rise too in terms of who we started working with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, like we seen him killing that Atlanta circuit, obviously, and he had all the big names there.
Yeah.
But then you started seeing, you know, like the Drakes, the you know what I'm saying?
The Weekends.
The Weekends.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You're like, God damn, like
What's going on?
He's up,
gone.
up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He's out of here.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we started seeing him revolutionizing the producer grind. You know what I'm saying? Having those he was touring like hitting parties and stuff like that, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It was the first of those things too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so it was really a wild, innovative time, bro.
Yeah.
That you was around.
Yeah.
Surely, bro.
Nah, I mean, when I started with him, not to deviate too much from the Integral, but like when I started with Metro, what a time to be alive. So this is 2016, the summer.
Yeah.
And it just became what it was like starting to bubble, right? And so I do the tour stuff with Metro, and to kind of make that full circle for people who's like, yo, what happened after, you know, I started on tour?
Yeah.
I ended up coming to Boston one time. And this when I was telling Metro, like, yo, this is my city. Like, I really, like, this is my city.
I put you on.
You know what I'm saying?
You good.
We get to the tolls. Homegirl know me from the toll. She's like, oh my God, Vlad. They're like, oh, nah. Right? So he's like, yo, he really know everybody, you know?
Yeah.
And I think I booked him for Bijou at the time. Had him over there, you know, on the tap with my man Waleed, you know, and got him booked over there. And then, and, you know, it was just a good vibe, you know, the whole time. Good people, good energy. And that's when he was like, yo, I got to keep him around forever. So literally after we finished tour, a week later, his management hit me and was like, yo, we want to officially make you his road manager. And that's where it started from. So
respect, bro.
His door driver to his road manager. Now I'm with him every day, Atlanta, wherever it was at. Now I'm his day-to-day. Then we get called to do another tour, Bryson, her. Now I'm his tour manager.
I remember that shit.
You know what I'm saying? But even in the meanwhile, in between that, I'm helping them like with the music. So I'm in the studio like, yo, work on that. Oh, that sounds amazing. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, maybe you should add this. I'm A&Ring, right? Back to, again, where I started with D and the chefs. You know what I'm saying?
Going back to your first strong suit, everything translating.
Exactly.
Building on skill set. My dog, man. No, these are the stories. These are them fucking stories, bro. These are them fucking stories, bro. Yes, my nigga. Man. Yes, bro. So, wow, beautiful, bro.
So then, you know, I'm doing that, and then it kind of leads to now where I'm at now, which is now I'm the head of A&R at Boominati. You know what I'm saying? Hence the, you know, the logo and the tag on my
Boominati out.
I got it. You know, we had a pop up about 2 weeks ago, and everybody showed out. Everybody came through. I mean, Gunna, Thug. I mean, what's his name? BR Cash that did the Throw Baby.
Yeah.
You know,
BRS
so it was,
Cash.
A lot of love, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so now, you know, I help him. Like, you know, I helped put together the trailer for the 21 Savage Savage Mode 2. So I had called my man Gibson, who's actually from Mass.
Gibson has it, right? Yeah, yep, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Them creatives are still here.
Yes, bro. Yo, we just did a video, bro, about Black entertainment history in Boston, bro. And one of the things that my man Terrell Calloway, he's the first like multi-million-dollar club owner in Boston, Black. You know what I'm saying? He said Boston is such a foundational city, bro.
So foundational.
We have just so many people coming in and out, especially because of the school and the education and all that. And then we go kill it in the world.
Right.
But then we just, just that piece of people knowing the connection.
There's a lack of infrastructure for our creatives to know who each other are.
100%.
Yeah. Facts.
But now, going back to Integral Studios, bro, because we can definitely go a million different directions.
100%. So, but again, that Metro stuff allows me to build relationship, meet people in the space, understand who everybody is. And I think the most important thing that I see people in Boston doing now is that they're understanding music from not just the front face, but the back end.
But the back end stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Sir, yes, sir.
And so that is where I started to build relationship. And so now my role at Integral is I'm head of A&R, but we actually coined the phrase chief A&R, right? And which is now head of business development, where I'm understanding, okay, hey, this artist, you should be working here digitally, and you should be, pushing your product to these type of people, because that's where your music is going to live and do the best, and so that's what Integral is that we're a digital marketing agency that put on for artists through the digital, and so the first artist that we ever worked with was like Travis Scott, Birds in the Trap. That website with the head, that was us. We built that out.
Wow.
Now the industry's like, yo, who are those guys? We need to do some more stuff with them. Next person that calls us is Top. TDE.
Wow.
Right? He says, yo, I got this project I need you to work on. That project ends up being SZA CTRL. Right?
Crazy.
That was kind of one of the projects that was like, this is these guys here. Now this is who they are, and the industry just started to like give us some respect, and that's what I want people to understand is like, you start somewhere, you grow that seed, and the foundation eventually get, to where it needs to be, ultimately. And so, from SZA,
love it.
9 times Grammy nominated, that becomes wildly, loved
huge,
around.
Huge,
yeah,
huge.
It's kind of crazy.
Yes, bro. She literally became every woman's darling. You know what I'm saying?
You understand? Or at least the diary that a girl couldn't say. Yeah, she expressed that, especially for the black woman. You know. And so man. And then we started working with everybody. The Big Sean's, I Decided, Metro and Big Sean. What's that John called again? Damn, I forget the name of that project. I forget it. But that John, we did Futures, The Wizard. We did 21 Savage, I'm Greater Than I Was. You know what I'm saying? And when we say we did it, it's like we were pushing their product online. So that means through like Facebook, Instagram, using marketing platforms to push the music. But the dope thing about us is that we have been collecting data over time from other artists. So that means from a SZA, from a Future. And so when we're targeting, we know exactly who to find. And if for anybody who's out there, young artists, is understanding running ads is very important. It's just like if you were looking to buy clothes, guess what people are doing? They're targeting you with ads. They want you to buy their product. So you do the same thing with your product, is you put it in front of people. 100%. And so when you get the right people to see it on Instagram, if they see it and they like it, guess what they're going to do? They're going to click and follow you. They're going to go to your YouTube and play it. Or they're going to go to a DSP, a Spotify, or an Apple and listen to your music.
100%.
That is what we do well, right? That is the core of who Integral the agency is, right? And we help people sell merch, like G-Eazy, Trippie Redd. We started his merchandise program. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
That's when it was like, all right, we could do it with the music, we could do it with the merch, we could do it with whatever. Fast forward, we realize how well a SZA does in terms of the music. It's streaming out of here. We don't have a piece of that, right? We made our money with what we did for the product and how we pushed it, but we need to start being a part of that IP. Yeah. Ownership. Yeah. If there's one thing that people have to understand is having a piece of something and owning it for a period of time. At least a period of time, or, perpetuity, which is forever. Yeah. Artists, if you ever hear perpetuity, that means forever. Yeah, be careful. if they're saying that, be careful. You know what I'm saying? If you say it in cool. But if they saying that, be careful. And so then that's when we were like, we want to get into putting new people's music out as well as pushing their product, because if we know we can push it, we can also push it and make bread on the back end, and so ultimately we start signing artists. One of the first artists that we signed was actually from the hood. It's Vintage Lee, and Vintage from Roxbury. My goal is, and I think you said this well, is that V never turned his back on the hood. I would never. The first thing I said I was going to do was get with an artist from the city when I had the platform.
Definitely watched it.
You know what I'm saying? And so Vintage was the first artist, and She dropped the Pimp tape. That was like doing its thing, and niggas was rocking with it.
I will say now looking back at it and knowing that you guys worked together on that.
Yeah.
Her releases always stood out. Always stood out.
100%.
That's a fact.
Them rollouts are very important, and for artists, I hope y'all understand that rollout is significant, and it don't gotta be like overly tedious, but it does have to be strategic enough,
Yeah.
and so we dropped the Pimp tape, then we work on, all right, what's the next step? We do a feature. We do Made in Tokyo and Vintage, the Vintage Like Lee, which was a big record, and then we work towards dropping the second project, to Draw 2, John,
Yeah,
and that's where we were really, as a label, growing, and then we was like, yo, how do we get the city to understand and see this is bigger than life? And we went and did the guerrilla campaigns, which was the billboards. We put a billboard up of an artist in the city.
Yeah, that was big shit.
It was on the buses.
That was big shit. Yep, I seen the Draw 2
on the back of the bus.
Yeah, bro, I seen that shit. I remember being like, yo, I remember hitting up Shalia like, I see.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But that
Shout
was big.
Sis.
Yeah, big shout out to Shalia, man. That is my sister, one of the hardest women, hardest working people in music generally. Hardest working person, one of the hardest working people in music in Boston, and she just so happens to be a female. So shout out to her.
And take the time out to come celebrate you on your B-Day if you feel like you're getting older, man. Shout out my dog.
But yeah, man. And then so and that was like, when we did that, I also wanted to inspire others to know, like, anybody can do this.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
And I love that. That's what's honestly, for people like us, that's always been the biggest thing. Is like, we're not God. We're not fucking on no pedestals.
Right.
We're really just doing us. And you know what I'm saying? These blessings are coming because we're literally just genuinely putting this energy out.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
And really wanting the next to get on too, because you know what I'm saying? We gonna get ours.
Yeah, 100%.
We gonna get ours.
100%.
You feel me?
Bro, one thing I want people to understand, especially people from Boston, is like, bro, it's we in the league, right? Think about music or whatever is the league. How many black people we know in the league? Mad Players is black. Guess how many people from the league is eating? Everybody. Because we all can eat. You balling and being on one team don't stop me from balling and being on
another team. Respect.
You get what I'm saying?
Respect.
So we got to spread that. And that's what, at the end of the day, my platforms are here to help people from all over, but I definitely want people from Boston to capitalize on it, because it's built from a person from where y'all from. You know what I'm saying?
End of the day, your value is like to your people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, your people are really gonna let you know what your value is, no matter what team you're on.
Right.
In the same game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel that.
Like even like for me, like any opportunity I would get to put someone on, like a Vintage, like even my brothers. Shout out to Super Smash Bros. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Shout out Movie and
one time I had the opportunity to pick an opener for Metro at this show in Cincinnati. I was like, yo, I'm putting on my brothers. I put the Smash Bros on. You know what I'm saying? They came to Cincinnati, performed at the show, and that was everything for me. You know what I'm saying? Being able to give.
That alley, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's Dipset family ties, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to let niggas know. Man. You know what I'm saying? And a family gonna grow together, bro.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And people gotta, honestly, we're witnessing that, bro. And I'm really, again, I'll just saying all this, bro, because it really all just comes from genuine actions, bro.
100%.
You know what I'm saying, bro? It's I don't know what else I really got to say, man. But I'm gonna continue telling these stories, man. Fuck?
And then so Integral again started as this digital agency helping artists. Then we said, yo, we need to be a part of putting the music out. First type of artists that we work with, Vintage, music is out. How do we help, in the marketing? Yes, we do digital, start doing guerrilla marketing, putting product out there for people to see at a larger level. And then we say, all right, we're doing the distribution, but we need partners. We need help. And so the next thing for us is that we eventually partnered with Sony, the Orchard more specifically. And so now we have a partnership with them where we can, sign artists, help them fund, through PR, marketing dollars, etc., and put their product out,
Beautiful, bro.
And so, now outside of just vintage, there's some other artists that we have from the Massachusetts area, like Khalif, shout out to Khalif, who's been doing this thing. Yep. He's dropping a new record.
Grammy Award-winning Khalif.
Yeah. Again, our city doing amazing things.
Yeah, I've talked that talk.
And so Khalif is on the roster. Donald Grunge, who we should be looking out from Chelsea, lived in the city.
Man. That's my guy, my Glean.
Yeah, my Glean. Very valid in that space. And so we got Boston. And another thing is we've been looking at is internationally. So we've got 2 kids. One kid named Pretty Boy Dio, who's doing his thing. He's like Travis meets Meek Mill of Africa, Nigeria.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's sad. That description is next level.
Yeah, and then this kid Aryan Shah, who is a perfect prime example of when we use our product, which is like marketing, putting the ads to work. We started with him at like 60,000 monthly listeners. In less than a year, we got over 400,000 monthlies, through advertising, through, making sure that we put it on the right platforms, running ads on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, doing TikTok campaigns. Those are the things that are going to push the needle, because that's where people are living. You know what I'm saying? If there's one thing, I know people are like, yo, but how do you make these artists go? Ads, marketing, digital. Put your spend towards these things. You could have a $10,000 billboard. How many people are going to take a picture of that, remember it, and then do an action later on?
100%.
Not many.
Yeah.
But now you have a digital billboard on your phone
100%.
where people can say, I'm either going to follow them, I'm going to like their picture. You can literally quantify that person when they come to your page or your, to your IG. That is why digital is the way to go. But yeah, ultimately, we're a label now. You know what I'm saying? We have the ability to distribute.
Yo, bro, no lie. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. Were you about to say something? Yo, bro, like, it really all makes sense now that I'm hearing, like, the background story. It's like, all right, bet we made these great things, and these artists are then going on and, getting the streaming, you know what I'm saying, going too. And, like, that's cool, respect.
Right.
But then it's like, all right, bet, well, we can also set ourselves up to go ahead and do that as well. So, there's some vertical integration there, you know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like just adding on to, the body of what you're doing.
100%.
Respect, my dog.
And then it led to building an actual studio,
which is where we're sitting at right now, you know what I'm saying? Real comfy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just had some fire-ass food, you know what I'm saying? Good look to that, bro.
We ain't gonna say no names. We just gonna let people know that there is some spots where you can find some close to authentic Jamaican food.
We actually do gotta let the people know that for back home. You already know. They be like, damn, ain't nowhere for me to go get my oxtail in Cali, man. Oh no.
Definitely gotta go to the hood though.
Yeah, there's no way around it. You're not gonna find it in Beverly Hills, unfortunately.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't care either.
It is what
Take
it
me
is.
to the blick.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
My dog.
But yeah, man, ultimately, everything worked together.
Yeah.
What I started to do in Boston,
It's cohesive, bro.
It then led to what I did in New York, which then led to me, meeting with Metro, which then brought me to creating my own entity, you know what I'm saying, after learning all that I learned from all those 3, experiences. And now I'm here, Integral Studio, and now I get to like help people out from where I'm from. Now there's, and the dope thing is that I love that, one of the things that 12 for 12 did when it was here was that it showed photographers, that there was producers, that there were artists. So we didn't all have to do one thing. We didn't have to all put the same hat on.
Yes,
you
bro.
do your part, I'll do my part.
Yes, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
People wearing different hats and shit. We
100%.
needed that. We need people fighting from their fort, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to take over other forts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Respect, bro.
So now the city's at a place where like the producer's going crazy. Shout out to Tosh. This young boy, Dark Boy Santana. That's doing
I know about
thing.
Dark Boy. Know about Dark Boy.
Shout out to all the dudes, the Kearney and them doing their
Kearney,
thing.
Stoop,
Cash Gotti. you Dutchy, you know, the Strip Life Bros.
Smooth, shout out Smooth.
Shout out Smooth.
Yep, my dog.
Shout out to you know, Rosewood, who's always been, you know, on the forefront,
Hitmaker,
moving. You know what I'm saying? Showing people that you don't gotta just stay in the city. You can spread your wings. You know what I'm saying? Shout out obviously to Vintage. You know, who's been a trailblazer, especially as a woman, but a woman, you know, who is lesbian and makes moves in a certain respect. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, you know, obviously, you know, the Stizzes of the world.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so many different places now. The JMPs, man. JMP.
Shout out Mr. Pereira.
Bro.
The fuck. Yes,
you
bro.
kidding me?
Respect to dog.
You know what I'm saying? Who's been putting stuff on John Rollins, who shot, you know, with the kids and all these kids, all these guys. Shout out to you know, everybody who's just been pushing the mantle forward.
You were definitely a part of that class. You know, in terms of like, you know, I'd say like age brackets.
Yeah.
That you know, really made moves within the industry, bro. You know what I'm saying? And definitely had y'all names moving and circulating.
Yeah,
bro, for sure.
yeah.
I would say, you know, the U's, the JMPs, you know what I'm saying? Really like was a part of that class.
Of
bro,
course,
for sure.
of course. Now
So
that 12 for
respect.
12 was important, man.
No,
you know, at the end of
100%.
the day, shout out to Tim for coming and building a platform, just
Yeah,
similar to
100%.
what you're doing,
100%.
similar to what I'm doing.
The fresh air.
Shout out to the
air.
platform builders, man.
Yeah, nah, 100%, 100%, bro. Yo, and I mean, you know, no funny, like, you know, we always needed those things. I was like the glue. I always talk about how New York has Hot 97. Like, people know where to go get that fix in terms of, you know what I'm saying, hip hop
Right.
on a wide scale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
And there was
trying to
always,
just-
you know, toot my own horn, but, you know, like, you see what happens when, you know, you just stick with something.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And how it helps other people, not just yourself.
100%.
You feel me? Like, for real, bro. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
damn, bro. Yo, you can definitely go on all day, my dog, man. Like, can you, you know, I know you worked on that Nas project. Can you give us the Nas video? Can you tell us a few other recent projects, and then definitely let people know how they can tap in with you, bro?
Yeah, I mean, so you know, ultimately, like you said, I'm a jack of all trades, a master of all. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm also in the producing role. I've produced a couple videos. You know, some of the early ones was like Zoe Dollars and Diddy, Run for the Money.
I remember that. Yeah.
I did Hot Video recently last year. I did the Nas Johns, Spicy. You know what I'm saying? And then recently just did the Crew League with all the rappers. You know, playing with their crews.
Yes, sir.
And so that all of that is kind of like, I say that to say, I want to make sure that everybody knows that there's not one lane. You know what I'm saying? There's numerous lanes that you can get attached to and run with it. You want to be an artist, but you want to be on the back end, a producer, a manager, publisher, you know what I'm saying? Someone who administers rights, someone who works to get syncs and licensing. There's so many different things that you can do in music. And then the last thing I want to say before I leave out is that everybody from the Bean, bro, I get it, bro. We all are you know, men or women who have egos to some degree, but our city is bigger than the shit that we do sometimes. That street shit, let's calm it down. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. I'm not saying that, yo, I'm not who I am. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because I come from the struggle like you do, but there's so many of y'all, bro. Like, there's the Cincinnati Roses, the Pole Boys, the Lows, the Shooters Music. There's, you know what I'm saying, the Trotties. Like, I'm saying all types of hoods. You know what I'm saying? It's not even about.
And niggas don't even know unless they know. 100%.
And I want y'all to know that I know that y'all are out there. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted like somebody like me. Oh, you still in LA. He don't know. I know everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got to understand, too, it's like, respect one another, bro. Like, I put on a show with Vintage, and it was a couple people. Mizzy Cash was there. I had what's my man? Shout out Keese, who was helping out with
D the Flies.
Not D the Flyers. What's my other? Damn, my dog, man. Cape Verdean.
Cal.
Not Cal, bro. Oh my.
Fredo.
Nah, bro. What's man's? I'm sickening right now, bro. I think he from like over there,
Brockton.
Draper, like
From Drake. T Drake.
T Drake,
Yeah,
dog.
T
Drake, what's
T-Drake.
up, dog?
T-Drake.
But like, I'm just saying a bunch of hoods. Whether they rock with each other or not, understand that I'm like, it's not Switzerland, but it's like when it comes to the music, let's do the music. You feel me? Let's collab on that. Because look, y'all looking at Atlanta like, oh, Atlanta's there. Man, niggas in the A have beef, squash it just to make the music.
100%.
Or Bloods coming together with Crips, YG and Nipsey, rest in peace, to make music.
Yeah.
To make music, bro, and to help one another be, because y'all could be the Babies or the Polo G's or the Lil TJ. Why can't y'all do that? The only reason why is because we not putting our heads together. So that's really what I want to say.
Respect, my dog. Man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you saying that, bro. You know what I'm saying? No funny. It's just for me. I'm really just trying to connect with like-minded people, bro, that really just see the bigger picture, so we can kind of broadcast this and see how we're progressing.
Right.
By seeing the bigger picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's help you see the bigger picture too. You feel me?
100%.
So respect, bro. Yo, VLive, man.
Yeah, shout out the whole Massachusetts, bro. Music is not just Boston, it's Mass, it's the Joyner Lucases, it's the Van Burens, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my sister Bia, who's, been in the city doing her thing. Like, it's, bro, we here. Coil Ray, nigga from the Bury.
Shout out
like,
Coil,
come
man.
on, dog.
Yeah, we here.
Let's do it.
Let's stop playing this. Look, man, yo, it's my guy VLive, man. It's your boy Noble. It is the Museum TV on the go. We are in LA, man, for the first time doing interviews, man. I appreciate this being our first one for real, man. I really hope y'all get some gems out of this. My dog really always been passionate, bro. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. I know you definitely seen the passion through this sit down as well. Make sure y'all leaving a like on this video, please. Any comments, leave them right in the comments for sure.
Let's go viral, dog.
You know what I'm saying? He really just trying to really give that fire, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like that he's always had, and just really just trying to help other people just really just feel they can do it themselves too. So, bro, thank you very much, man. Thank you for your story, bro. Thank you for your example, bro. I appreciate how we've grown as men, bro, above everything.
I love you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? I love you too, my dog, for real, man. You know, and it's crazy how water, you know what I'm saying, in a situation like this can become. My dog, look, it's the Museum TV, man. I'm going to def get with y'all next time with more stories, man. Y'all know how we do. We exhibiting the culture stories this year, the next year, the year after that, man. We going to be here for a goddamn while, man. Stop playing with us.
Development, where I'm understanding, okay, hey, this artist, you should be working here digitally, and you should be, pushing your product to these type of people, because that's where your music is going to live and do the best.
Hey, it's Noble, creator of the Museum TV, and I just wanted to thank you for tuning into Boston's premiere vlog. If you like this video, please leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'll leave a few other videos around here for you, just so you can see how we're exhibiting the culture stories.
We built that out.